Hey guys, welcome back to Steve's Small Engine Saloon. Thanks for tuning in again. I am so excited today. This is the first chance that I've ever had to have a special guest star on the show. This guy is a fellow YouTuber of mine. He's an old school faller, a tree climber, just an all-around great guy. I have decided to make this a two-part video because we have went on maybe a little longer than we could have. This is part number one. Guys, I got to throw this out there. I would really appreciate it if you don't put any negative comments down saying, get to the freaking point already. This is not going to be a getting to the point video. We're going to be BSing. We're going to be having some fun. We're going to be discussing some things that is going to take some time, guys. We're talking about how to hang an axe today. This guy's got a super popular YouTube channel called Buckin Billy Ray Smith. I'm going to put a little link right up here. You see this I button in the top right of your screen right there? Click on that. It's going to give you a little link there. You can shoot right to his channel, Buckin Billy Ray Smith. He also has a brand new website out called buckinbillyray.com. Right here at the bottom of your screen. Boom, there it is, buckinbillyray.com. Guys, please help me welcome to the saloon, Buckin Billy Ray Smith.
Mr. Steve! Long time no see, guys.
I'm so happy you're here, Buckin.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Did you have a nice flight in?
It was about a 20-minute flight.
I got you a first-class ticket.
I appreciate that.
I spared no expense.
Oh, I know you didn't. The whole show around here is pretty uptown. I'm not used to this, boy.
Buckin lives about 7 minutes away from me.
I do.
Is it? Well, 7 minutes for me driving. How long did it take you? 2.5?
Yeah, in the Honda. I
like
left
that.
the Merc at home, friends.
There you go. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about how to hang an axe. So, I've hung probably maybe 100 axes in my life. And I thought to myself, guys, I said, you know what? He lives 7 minutes away from me. He's hung way more axes than me. Why not get a true pro in here? A true pro with way more experience than me. He's going to show us all how to hang an axe. Show us his opinion on some stuff.
Yeah.
Hey?
Just what I've been doing. You know, through this channel, it was interesting through my channel. I've been making my own fallen axes for years, friends. You guys know that from my subscribers. How you doing, everybody out there? And it was a really odd thing that happened. I was just making an axe actually on my video because I busted my fallen axe.
Yeah.
So I was making an axe and I burnt up the handle and did a real nice job of it. And I had subscribers ask me. They were saying, I think 3 or 4 asked me, hey, Buckin, would you make me an axe? And at that time I was like, well, I don't make axes. I just make for my own splitting wood and that, and I have for years. And anyways, long and the short, Steve, I said, after a while of saying no to people, I caved in and said, I'll make 20 axes. They sold overnight. And I didn't even realize that people were actually interested in. So that's kind of where this thing started for me, getting into production of it, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've probably done, I haven't even counted. My subscribers, they ask me, how many have you done, you know, and I'm like, geez, it's got to be 200 or more.
You know, that was...
Within a year or two.
My next question for you actually was going to be how many axes... I've done maybe 100 in my life. How many axes do you think you've hung in your life?
Oh, gosh.
Can you even guess?
No, I couldn't even really think of it. Put it this way, I've been doing it for over 20 years.
Yeah.
But in the last 2 years, I've done probably 200, 250.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I did not expect this to happen.
Let me ask you this. There's people watching this right now who are going, what are you guys talking about hanging an axe? Oh, I can hang an axe. Here's an axe. I'll just go hang it on the wall.
That's right.
What do we mean by hanging an axe? What are we talking about?
Well, I think, you know that old saying, you get in the hang of it? Or he's really got the hang of it.
Yeah.
I believe, and don't quote me, but I believe that's actually where the saying came from.
That's funny. That's the next question out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, and I think that's where that came from. I mean, Friends, I'm a user of the axe. I make them to use them. I don't make them, I make them to look at too because of what's kind of transpired over the last couple of years, but I make an axe to use it. We'll show you some of my stuff later.
Yeah.
But, you know, Steve, I do things a little differently than a lot of the stuff you'll see. And I do not run my life on grain orientation. I don't do it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit more too, for sure.
Yeah. This is going to be a good video. This is going to be a lot of good information.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun today, guys.
It's going to be a blast.
I got a Sleeman's Honey Brown on the go. Buckin's got a bottle of water going. Cheers, brother.
Cheers to you, partner. I'm just going to take a few minutes and grab this saw down, put that in my pickup. You okay with that?
No, my buddy Paul.
Oh, damn it.
Paul Laukinen gave that to me. That's a permanent set.
That's pretty slick. Really nice.
Call that a prop, whatever I want.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like, I mean, it is. S&J. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. That's good. He's nice to give you that.
Yeah.
In BC here, we call it a Swedish fiddle. Some of us say. Loggers and that. But I've heard down in the States the misery whip. And I've never heard that until I basically got on YouTube and started listening to guys talk about stuff like this.
Go America. Hooah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on. I love Americans. I got 80% of my views are from Americans. Love you guys.
Hey, it seems to be that way. And I've met so many people through YouTube.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are from the States. I want to take 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Soldiers of kindness.
Yeah.
Friends, I love you out there. You've supported me. This is my first collaboration with Steve. I'm so stoked to be on this thing. My channel is growing, and it's because of you people out there. You know it is, and so do I. So thanks so much, everybody, for the support.
So,
what are we going to do here?
Why does somebody want to hang an axe? Why does somebody hang an axe is putting a new handle on the head. That's what hanging an axe is.
Rehandling, rehafting. You'll hear all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
Pick one and run with it.
Yeah.
Live it hard.
So there you go. That's why you want to hang an axe, is if you broke the thing right here. You got, see that? Chips on there? Goddamn kids.
Steve, that's not your kids. Don't give us that. You're smashing the thing around. You're throwing around. Yeah. This is what we call overstrike, friends, okay? That's overstrike, okay? Bang. But another thing that a lot of people do, I do it myself, is once it's split to half, we reach for that far piece and we split it, and in the process we split it and it comes through and this hits there. Even if you never ever did that in your entire life, you never overstriked.
I've never done that before in my life.
Of course
goddamn
not.
Kids.
I know, it's the darn kids doing
I
that.
know.
Uh-huh. So even if you never ever did that, do you think that your axe handle would be pristine? No, friends. It's the nature of the beast. You're flicking, you're smashing wood with wood. It's gonna mark up. It's just gonna. Look at this freaking thing. This is probably from the 20s or the 30s. Look at that. It's completely worn right down on both sides.
We're talking about the actual handle right
Yeah,
here.
the beading, right?
Yeah.
Look at it, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
It's wiped right out.
And then sooner or later, you do that enough, what Buckin calls overstriking, you miss the piece of wood and you smash it down like this, sooner or later, you're going to bust the head right off.
And that's what that is, Steve.
Yeah.
That's definitely what that is.
It's not from me.
No, of course not. You've never done that.
No, I don't know how that happened. But sooner or later, you're going to break the head off. Now we need to hang an axe. Now we need to actually put a new handle on that axe head.
How do we do that?
Well, that's what I got you in here for.
Put it on the ground and we'll bust this axe right over top of that wood on an overstrike. Because I feel like doing that right now, Stephen.
He's got a lot of anger built up for some reason. It's probably his long plane ride in this morning. Let's do it. Done! There's the axe head, or handle right there. Now that's broken.
Now look at this!
Buckin's digging it out of the side of my Mustang right now.
Oh, yeah! Okay, so that's beautiful. So look at that.
So now you got your axe head's broken. You need to put a new axe handle on this. What are we going to do now? Step number one. We got to get all the meat out of that axe head now so we can put a new handle on it.
Yes,
How do we do that?
That is true. Well, what would you do? What would you do?
This is what I would do.
Oh,
This is what I do.
that's the first thing you'd do? Or would you try? First of all, try and see if you could put that in a vise and pop it out. Probably not, eh?
I probably wouldn't. I
No,
don't think it
you
would
go-
pop. I don't think it would pop out.
Okay.
But what I would do is I would take that and I put it in my bench vise.
Yeah.
Clamp it in my bench vise.
Yeah.
And then take a drill, 3/8 bit, half-inch bit maybe.
Got it.
And then I just start drilling the wood out. Just down here, just drilling the wood.
Okay, what about the steel wedge though?
Okay, that steel wedge right there, I try to work my way around it as best as I can. I go in the front like this, drill out as much as I can around the wedge. And then you can get a little screwdriver sometimes. This is what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
I can get a little, once it's loosened up in there, I can get a little screwdriver in there and pull that old metal wedge out.
Good.
And it should come out a little bit easier.
Good.
And once I get a lot of that drilled out, the old metal wedges out of there, then I take a hammer and a punch. If you guys don't have a punch around, here's a 6-inch 3/8 socket extender right
Looks
here.
like something I use.
What's that?
Look familiar, friend?
That's an awesome punch right there. While it's in your bench vise and you got it all drilled out and loosened up, there's still some junk in there. Then you just take that punch and you just pound the rest of that stuff out of there.
I do, and I want to show friends something. These are little tricks, Steve, that I picked up along the way. Now, friends, but you're right, Steve. That's exactly, everybody's going to do things differently. But I'm going to show you guys something that at that stage before Steve started going, at that stage, even before I busted off that handle like a terrible person and not on his own set at his house, this is what you do to get that metal wedge out, friends. Okay, watch. I brought this axe. Okay, here's an axe. Beautiful German head. This is going to be someone's axe, actually. Okay, so same deal. We got a steel wedge in there. Now, friends, in order to get this one's got Steve's has got a big steel wedge in it. Great big steel wedge. And you could do what you said, Steve, but friends, the scary part about starting to drill it out is hitting the side of the axe head. You've done very well. You haven't done that because you were careful. But you can kind of screw up the side of the head with the drill bit and start whacking metal off it. And that's no good, Steve.
No.
So here's what you do to get that wedge out, friends. You might get lucky. Grab your axe handle before you smash it off like I did. Before you do that, go like this. Boom, boom, boom. Try and expose that wood up, and I'll show you what I mean.
Oh, to pop the metal wedge out?
That's right. So there we go. See?
Ah.
I've exposed it, friends. You can see that now. It's sitting out about a 1/4 inch. Now, stick her in the vise. Grab your little, so now I would grab like a punch, a small little something that you can stick in there, pop the steel wedge out, and 9 times out of 10, it'll pop out.
And take the metal wedge out
first
before you start drilling it.
Yes.
I did not know that.
So
I'm going to do that next time.
it's just, it's one of those things, you're going along, I got to get this axe head on, you start going.
Yeah.
But I do this almost for a living now.
Yeah.
So, as you do things more, you adapt little different ways of doing stuff. So that's worked really well for me for taking this stuff off, friends. Just smack it down, expose the wedge, pop it out. And then, believe it or not, Steve, this axe is probably going to pop right out of here now. It is.
No way.
Yeah, it's going to pop right out because we removed that wedge. Then I drill out the center. Sometimes you get lucky, but other times you don't. It depends on who hung the axe last time.
You just
In the Saloon.
You just taught me something. You taught all of us something. I think I didn't know that.
Well,
so that's cool. That's a great tip from Buckin Billy Ray here.
You see, you smack that down like that.
So now what we're talking
Told you
about,
that, didn't I?
now we got an empty axe head. You got your empty axe head. Step number 2, we got to choose a handle.
Yeah, we do.
We have to. We have to go to the store now and buy a new axe handle. Your dad says you want a wooden baseball bat. Here's how to choose a wooden baseball bat. You look at the grain of the wood, because if you hit a baseball on the wrong side of the grain, you're going to bust your baseball bat. That's kind of what I've been taught. Where here's one right here that is kind of what I've been taught. Where you got the grain right there, friends. You got the grain going mostly this way, lengthwise like that. Theoretically, it's supposed to make it stronger. where we got, now this one,
Yeah, that's almost right the opposite, isn't it?
now this is exactly opposite. I mean, we'll do some close-ups of this too. The grain is going completely sideways like this. That's what I've always been taught over the years, that don't ever buy an axe handle that's got that grain going that way. Same thing as your baseball bat. You hit a piece of wood and it's going to bust in half. What do you think of that?
Well, I disagree, and I'll tell you why. And the only reason I can say this with confidence, Steve,
Yeah.
is because I have
Experience.
I've used every freaking grain pattern there is over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
With axes, falling timber, banging wedges, splitting wood. I'm an axe guy. I do not run my life on grain orientation. I look for defects. Okay, Steve? So
Yes.
I'm in search. When I go to the store and look for an axe handle, run out, you hear about run out. Run out can be a problem. It can be. But there's also a certain kind of run out that you can get by with. So inspect your handle for defect.
We got to explain to them what run out is.
Run out is where you'll actually notice the grain, because here's the grain here. It's going straight through the handle. It'll actually run out of the handle, like right there, Steve. See how it kind of,
Yeah.
You can see little things. This handle, I've sold axes on my channel to subscribers and friends and the Buckin specials, and I've told people, hey, listen, I see this as a leaf spring, Steve.
Nice.
I call it like a leaf spring,
Yes.
friends. So the grain runs horizontal here now. And there's all kinds of theories, and there's a lot of axe guys on YouTube, and everybody's got a different opinion. Some agree with this and that. Just run with it. Give it a try, whatever you like. But I will tell you this, and this I do know. There's less shock load on your body in a horizontal grain pattern than there is in a vertical grain pattern. Because, yeah, am I making sense?
Yeah, you are to me.
Yeah, because the grain now is flat.
Yeah.
It's flat like this.
Pretty much the exact opposite of what we've all been told.
100% opposite. I'm not saying that's optimal, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's
Yeah.
what you need to do and abolish that vertical grain, forget that and go this way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't run your life on grain orientation.
Yeah.
Don't pass up a good handle. I heard somewhere some guy said 45 degrees is the optimal.
For a grain?
Yeah. He said, I forget where I read it, he said 45 degrees is optimal for an axe handle. Think about that for a minute, friends. Think about impact and shock and force. Now think about it. 45 degree on an axe handle.
Yes.
It really doesn't know what to do.
And so it's going to go, when you hit something, it's going to like
No,
twist in your hand.
no, I think it's going to be strong.
So you're getting the happy medium between being a strong one and also getting that little leaf spring kind of action.
100%. In a nutshell, would you be afraid to go buy a handle like that now?
Not now. Yesterday, I would never have bought a handle like this in a million years. I would have said that axe handle
Is garbage.
is a piece of crap,
Yeah.
and it's going to break on me.
Yeah.
Now that you explain that, I would not hesitate. I would almost prefer to buy that than the other way now.
Because of the shock
What
load.
you just described.
Don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to do it because you're passing up a beautiful handle.
So now, what have we got? We got an empty axe head right here.
Yes, we do. It's quite nice, actually.
You just went and picked out your premium
Horizontal grained axe head.
horizontal leaf spring axe handle.
Nice job.
There you go. And now, what do we got to do? We got to put this thing together now.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to put this together.
Oh, look at this 45. Let's use this one. It's a 45.
Does it fit on this head?
Yes, it does.
All right. Now, what do we got to do? We got to put this together. We got to put the axe handle on the axe head. How do we know? If you guys can see this, you can actually. This is a good example. You guys see this?
Oh, whoa.
This axe head is not symmetrical. It is not a mirror image. One side is up and one side is down.
Yeah.
We want to put this on our axe head now and install this thing. How do we know which way is up and which way is down? How's our viewers going to know which way to put this on?
Well, the first thing I would say to do is look for marks.
Yeah.
That like you mentioned it early, Steve. Look for marks. Believe it or not, friends, these are the same axe heads. Stevie's got one, I've got one.
This is the one Buckin just destroyed. My favorite axe I ever had in my life for 20 years, and he just destroyed it. Here it is right here. You got a little stamp right on the back here.
3.5.
It says 3.5. That's the weight of the axe head.
And so does that one. 3.5 right there.
It does, 3.5.
And it's the very same shape, big pole. Friends, these were wedge bangers. These were sold to fallers for wedge bangers. This is a great, great axe. I sell a lot of wedge bangers.
Yeah.
Back to you, Steve. What would you do at this stage? What is your process to do this?
If I see a stamp on the bottom of that axe head, it's not on both sides. The stamp that marks the weight on the axe head is only on one side. As far as I'm aware, the stamp always goes down.
Okay.
So there you go. Stamps on the bottom. It's on this side. Axe head goes down.
Oh, look at that. Now, can you push that on all the way down just by your hands?
Nope.
Come on, do it again. Try it. Try it.
Nope. Can't
Okay,
get
now
it on
take
there.
it off. Wiggle her off.
Because we're talking about if there's no stamp. What if there's no stamp?
Well, yeah.
How do you know?
Like, what if you're really struggling and you, and you don't...
Come on.
Whoa, okay,
There we go.
Now,
Okay.
Okay, so now, Steve,
Flip it over.
flip it over and try and slip it on, see what happens. Oh, what? That went right on.
It went right through.
Why did that go right on? Why would that go right on? I don't get it. Well, I do get it, actually.
I would say because the eye
This
in the
is a great
in
guy
the
and a great video.
the eye, the hole going through the axe head is wider on one side than the other side. You got this little piece that kind of hangs down a little
Yeah.
bit further like this. This way's not quite. Which way's up and which way's down?
Yeah.
Do we rely on just the eye in
Yes.
that case?
Well, yeah, I would. I personally would. Most times you can tell with a single bit axe I'm talking about.
Which way's up and which way's
Yes,
down?
but double, not always, not always.
I can't because I'm not the axe guy. Buckin
True enough.
Billy Ray is the axe guy.
Well, true enough, true enough. So, okay, so you got to go to the eye. So friends, if you don't know which is up or down, grab your axe head once, or just take a freaking tape measure and measure the eye. The smallest eye goes on the bottom because it's designed that way. Good quality axes are designed that way. You'll find some. I got 100 axe heads in my shop right now.
Yeah.
100.
Okay, so this is what we want to do though. If you got the proper axe head and the proper axe handle,
Yeah.
if you want to put it in the hardest way, if it slips right through like that, where you can see it coming out just with no effort right there, it's already coming through, that's
the
wrong.
bigger. That's the bigger
That's
eye.
wrong, right?
Yeah.
You want it on the tighter side because now you know that the hole on the top of the eye on the top of your axe head is bigger now.
And
'cause
will
you just
accept
did
the
that.
wedge.
And it's going to accept the wedge and it's going to flare when we do the wedging. We're going to do wedging in a second.
Yeah.
It's going to wedge that axe
Yes,
handle
exactly.
out way bigger. So then when you're actually cutting with this thing, the axe head's not going to fly off and go through my Mustang just like you did there.
What a wonderful theory. Did you just hear what he said, friends?
We know what is the right side up now for the handle. So we got that in there. This is the way. And we want to seat this thing down on here. We want to get this axe head pounded down onto the handle, the axe head onto the handle, seated down tight as we can before we wedge,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, so there's a couple things you got to be concerned with.
Okay.
The shoulder.
And yep.
You
and
want that
there's-
axe down on that shoulder.
That's right. I pound it down on the ground. I pound it like concrete floor,
Yeah.
asphalt, whatever. I pound it down like this. And
Use wood from now on.
And it's yes, and I
Use
know
a big
because
chunk
I've
of wood.
broken a couple
Exactly.
doing that. So, and that's a great idea.
Well,
Because
do it.
I've probably hung, 100 axes in my life.
Yeah.
I've broken 3 handles
3, Steve?
out of 100 because I'm pounding it on concrete.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Sure.
I'm driving it down on the concrete.
Yeah.
Trying to seat that axe head down onto the handle.
What's that stuff?
Pounding it down. I spilled my water.
Oh,
That's ice water.
wet floor. Caution, wet floor.
Slippery when wet.
Ooh, whoa, whoa.
Oh, sorry, I won't go there. The force of momentum,
Yes.
bang, and your axe head's heavier, so it keeps coming down and driving the
Yeah.
axe head onto that.
And
Is
it's-
that what you do?
Well,
you pound it?
No,
down?
I only for a couple small ones. So I do that, Steve. Then what I do is I knock it off again. Okay? I knock it off. there it comes. We don't have the proper tools to get this thing on and off, but it's coming off quite nicely. So now, once I do that, I take a look, Steve, where it's hit.
Yeah.
See, it's peeling wood here.
Yeah.
Now, I get my spoke shave out. I take a little wood only where it's marked.
Really? I've never heard this before.
Really?
No. This is awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I put it on, and if it stops, like if I put it on by hand and it only goes to there, then what I do is I actually, I give it one of those too. Just pop, pop, and then I take it off and I go, oh, it looks like it's hitting there and there. I only use, then I grab this thing. I grab my spoke shave, okay? And I go like this. This is what I do. I put this here, and I only take, friends, the wood. We're not set up here with camera and vise and that.
Yeah.
I only take the wood where I can see where the axe has peeled it, or just basically you can see brown and rust from inside. Mm-hmm. And I just take that little bit there.
You just shave it off.
I just shave it off with I use a spoke shave. This is what a lot of guys do. I do it myself. You hear the sound change? I'll talk to you in about a minute. These are little tricks that I've been doing. Now look at this. Look at.
Now the wood's peeling off.
Yes, it is. This thing's almost ready to be seated. It is. This is a good fit, friends. They don't always go this smooth. But this is very close to being ready. Not quite, because I don't like any gap at all. I'll do a bit of, but we're really close, Steve. Can you see that?
Like on the bottom, you don't want any gaps.
Well, I mean, you're going to get a little bit there because...
And that's why you fine tune. That's why you do your fitmanship.
My fitmanship. I don't like nothing in there.
All right.
So the thing is, there's a shoulder, and it's where the axe head comes down, and then it kicks out a little bit. That's called the shoulder.
Okay.
Now, if I was to seat this axe head right now, it would probably be okay, but I'm not happy with it. It's got to go down a little further. So now, what I do, I pop it off. Okay? Pop the axe head off. Boom. Plain and simple. See the wood? See, this thing's almost ready, Steve.
Yep.
It's almost ready.
A little bit there. No, that's just, I can see that.
Oh, it's the way to do it. It's the way to do it.
This is why I'm super glad you're here, man.
Yeah. So you hear that sound change?
See, I'm never going to smack it on concrete ever again.
No, you don't need to do that.
Why?
Do it when you're fitting.
It did a way better job.
Well, look it's gone twice as far as
what you just did, hanging upside down, doing that on the end.
Yeah.
Seated that axe head on better than I can do pounding it on the ground.
Yeah, it will, because actually it's bouncing up and it's doing all kinds of strange stuff. That's the way to do it. That's the way I do it. But
that's the way Johnny Walker does it.
Yeah.
Now I got a little bit more respect for that guy now.
Yeah. No, it's good. This is going to be a beautiful axe, actually. This really is.